Okay, the first thing is uh, we will and we will cover, or at least I will try to cover three topics. The first topic will be big O notation because that is what I have it is start preparing you for interviews, mostly for answer some questions. And if you see in my class in this case will be in that structure for a while. I mean, I will just be talking about computer science things. Uh, then the second part of the class, I will go with Ajax. I will try to cover that part as much as I can. And at the very end, at least like a 15 minutes or 10 minutes, I will give it that time to David. If that go well with everybody and nobody get angry in this case, okay? Okay. I hope uh, that is okay. Now, okay. Just another question. Have you touched in this one, this active called async awake? Just to be clear, to know for this second part.
I don't think so.
We covered API calls, but senior weight we left on the class.
Oh, okay. Then let me add it here because if you see this async away is part that is supposed to be here. Then I will just notice add those uh, here in my notes. Just to not do it. Okay, then async away. Sync away. Okay. Okay. Good. Then we will just go async away. Uh, this another one I think is they are already well covered, right? That is higher order function, map, reduce, something, something, something. You already saw it. I saw it last time. Then from here we can see async away Ajax. That it was basically what I showed you last time. And I will try to go with this. But right now, let's forget about it and just not stress, and I stress you with something different. Yeah. And don't worry if you are stressed, believe me, you just get used to that. I have a lot of stress from my work. Yesterday I have a lot of problems, and my son broke one, his little finger in judo, and I was running. Life. Okay. Big connotation. Question before starting. Someone have ever heard the word big O notation? You can raise your hand and you can say no, or don't say anything that means no. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Then I am. You have heard about it, Piggyman? Okay. And
Yes. Hello, Mario.
oh,
Do you remember me?
yes, I'm happy to see you, Piggyman.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
me too. How are you?
Yeah,
Where are you
try to
now? Sorry
in
for
Germany.
in Germany. Oh, yeah. Last time you were in Germany. Yeah. I'm sorry for disturb.
Nah, never disturb you. Maybe the other will be fine too. Okay, big connotation is this thing that you need to know if you want to get to anything. There are two things that we can write. We can write code and we can write good code and we can write bad code. But if you start thinking, what is good code and what is bad code? And big connotation was a very, very important in this case. Mostly, I will just tell you 15, 20 years ago for one reason. the computers were not that powerful as they are now, but also the systems were not as stressed as the system are now, right? For example, you have a system like a Facebook, PayPal, that they have a lot of users and they tend to perform many actions, right? Then when you are processing data, you need to know, in this case, how much time will take you something. Oh, in that case, we use a Bicode notation. Bicode notation is a concept that arrives from mathematics. And this concept said that for every process, you can say like if a process take 1 second, how much time will take 1 million process, or 1 million seconds, right? The inconvenience with Bicode notation, or that we have it, is in computer science. Like, for example, I'm not sure. I will just ask around. Maxat, what kind of computer do you have?
I have MacBook.
On a MacBook. Okay, the processor, you know it?
Yes, same too.
Oh, okay, that's cool. And RAM?
RAM is 16.
Okay, now let's think like we have Maxat computer. Maxat computer is an M2 with 16 gigabytes of RAM. And here is Mario. And Mario has, in this case, I don't know, Intel Celeron with 500 kilobytes of RAM, something like that. And we are running the same program. Which program do you think will be faster? Who will finish first doing the task?
Who has
Don't
more
you
RAM?
see? Yes, in this case, your computer, right? Now that we know that, yeah, okay. Now you can see that time in this case is very difficult to measure, mostly in computer science. And the main reason is this one, because we have different computers and the computers tends to be very fast. And for example, if you have a computer right now, and I have my computer, my connection of internet can be different, and all of these type of system or this kind of environment create make it difficult to measure. For example, okay, I am Facebook and I want to know how much time my user will my system will be stressed if I have one user or I have 1 million users, right? And you start thinking, okay, depend on the computer. That is not that reliable made to measure speed or performance into a system. Then we don't use time for doing it. We use, in this case, process. How many processes are involved into a software or into a piece of the program, and we measure the time that this small program is running. Okay, for example, we want to just to count how many students are here. Okay, if every student has to say one, then they say David say one, Shana, I mean, it will take me the amount of the student. And that is what we are going to do, or we are going to try to measure, not time. Okay. As I am saying, it will be some mathematics. Just don't pay attention to the mathematics in the pure way of the thing, on the poor concept, because in computer science it's a little bit different. Here we have some ideas. At the end of the class, I would like, or we will try to answer this question. That is to let you know why it's good to know the Bicode notation. describe somehow what is big code notation, simplify big code notation, and time and space. These two things are we needed in a computer, right? In a system. How fast and how much memory you are spending, right? You need to know how many servers do you need to have and all of those stuff. Okay. And just to know that try to evaluate the space complexity of some algorithm. Today, I want you to keep it like just to know it, right? Just to get to know, like this is a new girlfriend, a new boyfriend, or whatever. And you are just getting to know, and like, okay, how are you, and everything. With the time, the classes, we will be talking more about it. Then don't get it like this. And what is an algorithm? Even though I think like all the time we are using it, sometimes we just need to define what is an algorithm. Okay, a lot of things. What is idea here? The main idea is you are writing a code. You can write a very performing code or a code that is working, but maybe it's not that performance. Why? I don't know. Have you ever, for example, you have this reduce, for example, and you have something extra. You are using reduce and you are using map and filter. Okay, map does one thing, filter to that thing, but you can combine it both using reduce, right? In this case, one is more effective than the other one. You have one implementation. When we say one implementation, is that what you write in your VS Code, right? That is the implementation, and you are doing one function. And sometimes you are saying, oh, okay, this make more sense or is easier for the system than the other ones. It doesn't mean like about the beauty, it's more about other things. And we can say, okay, this is a good, but this is better, right? Or this is the best implementation. We all the time we are trying to use or to find the best approach. Okay, let's say, and this is just an example. Write a function that accepts a string input and return you the reverse copy. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's just go over here. Do I have my this? Okay, just expected. I always get what do we do? The application. Okay. Code pen, and we just today I will just use a code pen here, and I will start coding, and we have here a function that gives me that reverse and string. Okay, then you have it here. There are different how in this case can write a function that get a string and can reverse it. How we can do that? For example,
Use reverse.
okay, I didn't even know about it. Well, use reverse.
If you
And
didn't
reverse
know
it.
about it, then for example, you can split the string first. And then after when you got for each character, you can follow it.
Okay, split the string. And then
Reverse it and join.
reverse it and
like,
join.
we don't know what's reverse is, right?
It's okay.
Oh,
In this
you know?
case,
Okay.
okay. It is fine. But here you are splitting, like start splitting, and then you use reverse. Okay, that is one. And then you join. Basically, you reverse it, and then you join. Okay, this is one way. Another way, what do you think is like a, and you have to create here a new variable, right? A new variable. A new variable. Another way is like a create a new variable for loop the string, add every letter to the new variable. That is another way.
But where is
Because
reverse here?
huh?
Where is reverse here?
You can just loop from the back, or you can do it like this. Look,
Oh, okay.
you
Okay, I got you.
it's not even needed in that case. Let's say that you have the word maxat. Maxat.
You will start from the last one. Okay.
No, you don't even need to do that. You can do this. Look, you have the first, you have, in this case, you create a new variable. The new variable in this case is called let new name, you're saying, right? New name. And this one start with nothing. What do you think if I do like this? This is the for loop from the zero, or in this case from the zero over there. And then you say, now we are looping every letter. Think about that we are looping every letter right now. And we say new name will be equal to letter, or let's say like we have it, the letter M plus, in this case, the new name. Now we will loop the second letter. Right now, new name is equal to M. Now we will loop the second letter. What is the second letter? A. And then you add it here. Not sure if that is making sense for you.
Makes sense. Yes.
Yeah. Like there are different implementations that we have it. Which one is better? Oh, right now we don't know it. I am just saying that we have different way to do it. And doesn't mean how we solve it. It's like what David was doing last time, right? David was implementing his code in one way, Maxat and Sultan were doing it in a different way. It doesn't mean one is we have an inconvenience. Okay, let's go here. We can do it great. We can do it pretty good. We can do it okay. We can do it, and we can do it very bad. Sometimes, as more process we added, in this case, which one of these has less process? Okay, this one, then it tends to be better. At less process, as better is the function. I am not saying about shortening the function. I'm not saying shortening the function or create everything like a reverse, a split, reverse, and join, right? Because sometimes I see this function, I know this is better because you say like a split, then you say in this case reverse, and then you say join, right? I'm not sure if how you be seeing someone doing this one, right? Okay, split, reverse, and join, and okay. To me, this one that I am doing here is the same as doing this one. Not because it's in one line means that is just one process. Every function, every call is called a function. Okay. Let's go here. Who cares? Okay, it's important to have a, a good way to express ourselves when we are talking with another engineer, like why this implementation is better, why in this case is something. And we invented, the mathematicians invented BO. Then also help you to know trade-off. Like, okay, if we do this, we will have this amount of process. If we do this, we will have this amount of process. And we have it. And when your code is slow, that barely pass as a front enders because we basically don't have concurrence of information. Front enders don't tend to care much about it. But if something is slow, you start thinking about it. Okay. Because everything that is happening into your front end, basically you are managing it into your browser, right? Like, and then when you send it to the backend, usually it's not our problem, saying in this case. And less important for the entries. I think in the United States, you tend to more to ask about big O notation than in Europe. Europe is a little bit different. Maybe it's more concurrence, but you tend to care more about a big O notation than okay, write a code and explain me the big O notation or that code. That is something that we will be talking right now. An example, let's say like we have to write a function that calculates the sum of all the numbers from 1 till number n. Let's say it. What do we do? Let's say write a function, calculate sum of numbers. And we get a number. And we just say like a let sum, and we started in this case with 0, that is the sum. Then we go for let I equal 0, I in this case less or equals than n, and we just go in this case and we say I plus plus, and for example we just say sum will be equal to sum plus I, and we just return that sum, return sum. Okay, and we just I will just use console.log to see what I have over there. Okay, calculate some numbers, and we pass it. Let's pass the number 5. If we have the number, for example, 5, we'll say 1 plus 2, it will be 3, plus 3, it will be 6, plus 4, it will be 10, plus 5, it will be 15, right? If we are summing the numbers one by one. In this case, let's say a number 5, and in this thing, okay, 15. I don't suck that much, right? How many operations we're performing here? Let's say it. How many operations we have it here? How many times we made this sum? That is the important.
And
5 times.
5 times. Okay. I know Big Mike, you are giving me the right answer. Yes, but it's 5 times. Now the question is, if I do it this till 25.
25 times.
25 times. Is for everybody clear that? For everybody clear that? Sorry. Is someone who is not seeing here how many times is that running?
Which one? Inverters.
why is running here 25 times? What is running here 5 times? That one.
Because 0 plus 1, 1 plus 2, 2 plus 3, 5 plus 4, and it's
It's all wrong. Is enough? Make sense what we are doing so far?
Yes.
David? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Now, before going over here, one very open question, and I want you to. From where depends this 5 or 25 that we are saying like, oh, this will be running 25 times, this will be running 5 times. Or for example, if I give another name, for example, here I say 50, how many times this will run? And Sultan, how many times this will run here?
50 times.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. 50 times. Okay. From where depends how many times this will run.
sorry, what?
For, from how you
Hold this
know,
input the
Because you are for looping.
yes, but what is that? What is, let's say, the reason that this loop is looping X amount of times? Or
run
50,
argument.
Because it says less than n.
yes,
So what's
but
n?
what,
N is 50.
It
Yes.
depends by argument, yeah?
it depends by the argument.
Yeah.
Yes, David, you were saying something?
Yes, arguments.
Yes, it depends on the argument. That means it depends on the input. Now I want you to start thinking about bigger point. You have a login. The login take to be processed in 1 second. That means if you have 1 million user getting into that system in 1 second, how much time it will take for your system to process all of that? You don't have to answer me, but if you have the answer 1 million in your head right away, then you already have the idea of Pico notation. This one, in this cases, always depend on the input. And this one, how many times will be processed? X, right? X, the input. And the input in this case, the input that you have here, just keep it in mind that like depends of the input. Okay, cool. Okay. Now, and this is what we did it. We create the total and we iterated and everything depend of that little letter n that we have over there, that is the input. If you pass 1 million, then you will make it 1 million times this sum, right? If you make 5, it would just be 5. If I run this in my Celeron 500, it will be very slow. But if I go it into the M2 that Maxat has, then in this case, it will be faster. I cannot talk about time about computer because that changed. And now we have this one. This is a mathematical expression that calculates based on the media the sum of everything. Let's take this function here and let's add it here. I just want
Welcome
to.
back to algebra.
No, don't pay it over there. This is just an
I'm
example.
kidding,
I
I'm
don't want.
kidding.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
but you are right. It's algebra. But I don't want you to even think about algebra right now. I just want. It's not important. What is here? It's not important. But look, I will add here the answer. This would be B, and this would be A. I will just add it here. Just to you to see that they are look A and B. They are giving me the same answer. one question. How many operations do we have here?
One.
Exactly.
Two.
And we have one.
Ah,
Here we have one. Why? One multiplication, one sum, and one division. But basically, you can do that in one calculator, right? You can write that one that in your calculator and get the answer. Then, if I pass here, let's say 10,000, and I pass here 10,000, how many operation will be in this one, Shana? In this first one? Or David, how many operation would be here?
10,000 times, so
10,000 times. And in this one,
just one.
just one. That is. Which one is better?
Second one.
Why?
It takes less time to whatever you say, the Biot notation or something.
Yes.
I don't know how to explain.
Exactly. It's okay. It's okay. I hope we will solve this one at the very end. But the important is to know that is the difference. And this is the only thing that you are looking for Pico notation. Operation. How many operations you are creating. Now you can see there is a good code. This code doesn't have anything bad. It's a very good code. And this one. But now I want you to think about a developer. And this one is one trade-off that you have. Which code is easy to read, to understand
What?
it for you? Which one is easier for you to understand what is happening over there?
First one.
Second?
For me, first one.
For me, second.
Yeah, Maxat is more intelligent than us
Yeah.
because honestly,
All formulas.
yes, because for me,
No,
I mean,
because I know algebra better than JavaScript. That's why.
yeah, oh, that's good. Yeah, but for a normal human being that we are not that smart, the first one is easier. I mean, if you read it out, you have a number, then you are adding, then it's the sum total number, right? It's just easy to know it. And this one, you can investigate, right? You can investigate and you can first, or I can add some like this function create some the total of all the numbers from 1 till the number. Okay, and I will tell you why this is going to happen. Because as we said, we are different kind of people. We have Maxat that is good in algebra, and like David and me that we suck in algebra, then we don't even know this one. Then you tend to add nodes when you are using something more complex. But this kind of trade-off, you will have it all the time. Easy to read or very complex, but effective. It will depend on what you are expecting, right? Imagine if you just have like a 100,000 users. Honestly, you will not even see the difference between this and this. For now, right? If the process is not that big, then you have here, you have two functions, and the function in this case are similar and doing the same, but we are calculating different operation. Readability or effectiveness is something to sometimes you have to keep in mind. Okay. Then here at adding, we add, and add. That means we create n copies. This n copies means n operation. N operation. And the other one, Okay, and here it is. Which is faster? Okay, we don't even have to think, right? This is going to do 10,000 stuff and this will be one. This is faster. Less memory. Of course, this memory. We are not even using another variable, right? Then, and here we have one variable, two variables, and it's increasing. At least we have here two variables. And here we don't have anything. Less memory. Memory is everything that you say let, cons, or whatever, that is memory. Okay. Because you are saving, right? More readable. We can go in a discussion about which is more readable. I think this is more human readable than this one, the smart one. Opinion, right? Opinion, nothing more. Why not use timers? Okay. For the reason of I have one computer that is very old and I run my system in my old computer, it will be slow. I run it in someone else's computer, it will be faster. And sometimes I mean, imagine that you have a lot of money, then you buy a big data center, right? Like with a lot of computer, a lot of dedicated server and everything. And if you don't have money of them, maybe you will buy some hosting that costs $1 per month and you just try to keep your system over there. Then it's like this. Then we have it here. They are using times from the time to start to the time to end. Okay, which is the problem with the time? Different machine will record different time. My computer will give me one time, David, Shana, Sultan, Bigmai, or Naila. Everybody will have different times because of different computer. Maybe someone is watching YouTube when the computer is working, then your RAM and everything is divided. That is something that we have it. The same machine will record different time. A reason is, I don't know, maybe one time the computer was doing something and running the antivirus or whatever and something happened. Okay. For fast algorithms, maybe that will be not enough, right? Maybe a for loop is so fast that for example, you will say it, okay, this is very fast, but if you are just doing 10 and you know that you will just have 10 in this case, then I doubt that you will see a difference in the speed between one and another one. That is something that we haven't. Then if not time, what do we measure? And what do we measure is we cannot measure seconds because they are variables. Okay, this is the word, variable. Then we count the operation. We just count that one. That is pickup notation. How many operations do we have in one process? And this amount of operation is what we see it. Okay. And we try to reduce the amount of operation that we are having. For example, you have this one. How many operations do we have? One multiplication, one addition, one division. Three simple operations. It doesn't really matter if in this case you pass 1 million here, 3 operations. Then in this case, multiplication, addition, and division. Okay, fine. And this one that we already discussed, we have an addition, an addition, an assignment, another assignment, a comparison, okay? And then it's like a quite difficult, right, to know. How many operations? Okay, then you say 10,000, then this one will be one time. This one will change 10,000 times, and there will be 10,000 times, and this comparison will be 10,000 times, and you say, okay, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. Okay, that is getting crazy, even to know, like, to count it. Then what we are doing in Pico notation is we count how many operations do we have? The operation do we have? The majority of the time, and you say one sum. Okay, this is one sum plus one, in this case, 8. This one, it will be n times plus this will be n times plus this will be n times. These are all the operations that we have it over there. Okay, then in this case, you say 1 and 1 is 2 plus 3n. And then when you get this 3n and 2, and you say 5n. Oh, okay. But in computer science, you say like, okay, I don't care about this 5. And I don't care about the 5. I don't care. I don't care about n, about the numbers. Then we just say n. Ah, okay. This in big O notation, we just do add an O over there. And that means this operation that we have here, this one operation is big O n. That means that this function is proportional to the numbers of element that we are passing as an argument. And yes, this is algebra, or simple algebra that you can say it, and that is, we just say, okay, this because O n. Okay, now we are just saying we have one operation plus one operation, that is the multiplication. Then we have the sum, and then we have, in this case, the division. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then in this case is equal 1. We don't care about it. We just put is big O. Okay, because I don't have anything, I will just here just 1, 1. That is big O1. And big O1 in this case, we just call it constant. And just a constant. Doesn't matter what you are passing it, this will be always constant time. Okay, that is making sense of what we are doing so far. If doesn't make sense, just tell me, Mario, what you are talking is just bullshit, or I didn't get it, or you can just tell me, and I will try to explain in a better way. The important in this case is where appear this one, why we are having here this big O n. We'll continue here. Okay, this big O n, but regardless, the exact number is proportionally to n. If n doubles, then the number operation will be the double. Then you will have it over there. Big O notation is the way to count things in the computer science. Formally, it's called in this case a runtime, like when we are executing that algorithm, we can see how many operations that we have it, and we can consider it, okay, it's a good algorithm or it's not that perform an algorithm. We don't care of the details. We only care about it when it will grow in this case. Let's say that we have an algorithm. This f is the function, right? Big O or the function based on, in this case, the input. Then that means that this is a constant time function n that increase dependent on n. Everything that I am just saying is just like this. If calculate the number, we'll go and see this for loop, and it will perform in amount of times. Just as simple as that. When you have an algorithm that tend to iterate, these are in this code big O of n that we are having over here. Okay. That it will be linear time. Why is linear time? And how to draw? You have here. This is time, and this is like a number of execution. If your algorithm take one time for one execution, that means like if take n times, n execution, it will take n time. And you see it, it tends to go up. Okay, I don't want to, it tends to go up in the same one. More execution, more time. And this one is to infinite. Why? We love to think like we are smart, and we just tend to calculate to infinite. That is why we add this O, like is the tendency of infinite. And this one is what we call it linear time. A linear time algorithm is an algorithm that, depending in this case of the input, executed an equal amount of times. And then we have constant that if for example, the algorithm, like the second one, right? This one that we created, let's try to put it into our table. It executed one time and doesn't care about n. Okay, the time will always be here and it doesn't care about n. If I pass 1, it will be 1. If I pass 300,000, it will be the same. And this case is constant. Why? Because it doesn't matter how many users we have it will take the same amount of time. Now, if we see it into the mathematical way, which algorithm is better? It's this one. Why? Because the time, this one is better because it doesn't matter how many times we use it, it will take the same time. But the other algorithm has more users and most time we have. This one, in this case, is called a constant, and in this one is called linear. Linear are the most common one that we have. Linear time and constant time. Okay. With these two algorithms, do we have questions? Or is making sense about, in this case, a constant and a linear?
Yep.
Okay. That is important. Okay. Then let's continue over here. Could be quadratic. Right now, we will just see it about quadratic. Could be constant, that we see it linear. This is one time linear. Or could be something completely different. With the time, you will see it as there are problems that you don't even finish knowing how much that you have, right? You have this operation, tres operation, pick over 1. Okay, then you have the number is in this case 10 to the n. Okay, fine. Pick over n. You just forget about this 10 because if you see here, it will be 1 operation, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you don't care about this 5, and you just get n time. If I pass and we consider everything like a 1 operation, that it will be depending on n. Okay. Now let's try to analyze this this example. I would like you to right now to try to read it and to see which is the big O notation of this exercise. How much is the big O notation of this exercise? And it would be nice if you write it in private. Just try to see. Okay, console log, for example, console log, 1 operation. This one, the console log is also 1 operation. This is 1 operation. This is X amount, this is X amount. And try to tell me which is the big O notation of that algorithm, if you don't mind.
A console log is also the operation.
Yes, it's 1 operation. Yeah, everything that you perform in the computer is 1 operation.
All I understand only about the for loop way you do. So here is like a double n, like double n, but I don't understand the console log is gonna be the same operation like the for loop, or is gonna be.
No, they are outside. Look, this is 1 operation, but depends on how many times you are doing it. This one depends on this one, but this console log is 1.
Yeah. So it's
Then
3 with double n.
3 with double n. Okay, 3 plus.
So it's one function. So I don't know. We count it two or no?
Then what I told you that you have to do with the numbers?
Avoid.
Avoid, you don't give a crap about them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a n.
So we
Then
have two ends here. Ends per battery.
it's because of n.
Oh, but we have here two poles
Yes,
and they are nested, right?
no,
Oh, no.
no,
Oh, no.
they are,
Okay. So my bad, my bad. Mhm.
yes. Thank you for noticing that. That is why they are outside. Look, this
Mhm.
is 1n,
Mm-hmm.
and this one is 1n. Then that means like this code, this big O n is just saying like this. This code will run n amount of times.
Mm-hmm.
That is what they're saying. And what is the time complexity of this one? Big O n. Okay, yes, we are performing a lot of the small a lot of the small operation like a console log that tend to confuse you. But at the very end, what you are looking is how many times this code will run based on the input. And as you say it is, we have 3 operations, 1, 2, 3, 3 operations, this console log. That this console log that you have here will print as many as n. Then is because of n 1, and this one will happen the same. Then is to pick up of n, you forget about this number and you just say big of n.
So
this
we
case
can
is-
call it like big O n, like this case,
yeah.
and we can call everything big O n, no?
The majority of times you are
If
right.
it's like if it's gonna be triple n, like 4n, like with the amount of operation, we just can call it like big O n.
Exactly.
We
As
don't.
simple as you are saying.
Yes, thank you.
As simple as you are saying, yeah. But the important is not about this one. It's about to know where this operation is happening. Okay, so far everything is cool, and this is if this take 1 second, and we go over here again, right? If this one take 1 second, it would then 1 second. If we pass it 1 million times, then it will be a linear operation. More bigger the number, more time will take. Smaller the number, less time will take. There is no even look scary, but it's not. And this is linear time, big O of n. That is everything that we have. Okay, this big O of n, big O of n. Okay, eventually we don't care about it. Yeah, there it is, big O of n. We try to avoid everything else. That is what you have it over here. This is another one. Okay, I know Max had already given the answer, but I try to analyze this one and let's see what do we have. And there is a difference. I want you to see this one. And n on n, that is 1n plus 1n plus. Now I want you to try to analyze this one. Take some time, think about it, and give me the answer when you feel, okay, is this or this?
ON square.
O n square. Why?
Because of nested loop.
Okay, but let's analyze this one. Let's try to analyze here in order to, the answer is correct, but I want you to see it. Okay, how many times this will run?
ON.
N. Aha. How many times this is going to run?
Also n times.
N times. But if this run 1 time, this will be 1 time. Okay, 1 and 1. If there's a run 3 times, how many times will run this one?
3 times as well.
No.
If first one is runs three times, second one, 9 times.
9 times. That makes sense, David?
Yep.
Okay, that means like if this run 5 times, how many times will run this one?
25 times.
25 times. That means it's proportional to its parents. And what is called that one? That one we say n multiplied by n. Okay, and what is n multiplied by n? If we just have 2 multiplied by 2, this is equal to 2
2 square.
to the square. Exactly. And then we have 2n multiplied by n. This is n to the square. What we have to try to see most of the time with this one is this operation depend on the other operation, and that will say, if this run 3 times, how many times this will run? 3 times 3. if this run 4 times, how many times? Because look here, this n and this n are the same n. I mean, like if I fast forward here, this is 4 and this is 4, and this is starting from 0. Okay. Then there will be 4 times. The first time, look, the first time that this pass, this run 4 times. The second pass that this run another 4 times. The third time, right? 3 times, and so on, so on. Now, if we go over here, we say, okay, if this run 1 time, let's say that this is another one, right? It takes 1 time. Okay, like this. If this run 2 times, it will take the double of the time. If this run 3 times, it takes the triple of the time. It takes this time, this time, this, take this time. And this one, it will be, in this case, a quadratic operation. That means for every operation, we multiply this operation for the square of that we are having. And I will just tell you something very clean. The majority of time with the quadratic operation, they are loop inside a loop. 99% of the time. Now, I just wanted to ask you something. Let's say that we have this one, but I want to get a little bit, okay, a little bit crazy, and I do this. I will just say x, and x. What will be the big notation of this one?
So this time, on cube, like
Uh-huh.
what to say?
Hey, it's the cube.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because it's nested 3 times.
Yeah. It's not basically like this. For example, if this run 1 time, for example, if this run 2 times, this will run 2 times, and this will run 2 times. Like this run 2 times, then this run twice, 2 times, right? It run 1 time, and it run in second time, and the third will run 2, then in this case, will run, in this case, 2, 3. The first one run 1, 2. But let's see it like this. This one run 1 time. 1 time. This one run 2 times. Run 1 time, and this one 2 times. 2, 2. This is our 2. Then this one run the second time. Then 2, 2. Then this one run second time. And so on, so on, so on. And everything goes here in one. And this one will be something like this. That there will be x to the cube. And then can be to the n, right? To the n. When we are just adding for loop and for loop and for loop and for loop, we are just trying to find probabilistics. For example, you know there exists something that is called combination, right? I think like you saw combination and permutation. Maybe it's something that you saw in the school. Like if you have 3 elements, how you can combine them? Okay. You have the first one in one position, and the other one you can just change it. Then you take the second, you put it in the first place, and you are creating permutation. The majority of time when we are using something like this, you are already entering into the world of permutation or probabilistics that we have. Mario, what the heck? Do we really need this one? The people use it? I will tell you one thing. How do you think Google calculate? Let's say like we are here and I want to go here. I am living here and I want to go here. How many roads do you think I can take in this moment to go there? Think about it. Right now I am here. I have 4 roads. And every road then is divided into different roads. And every road is starting to divide it, in this case, into more roads. And all of these roads tend to be calculated in order to give me the best answer. The majority of time when you are using that, you will be using something like this. It's not something that you will be using like normally in a normal job, but when you are looking for this is when you are looking for an answer, when for option, but then every road has more option and the next row has more option, and then you are looking, and when you cover all the different options, you calculate which one is the most effective for you have it, that you have it in that. And these are some algorithms of artificial intelligence that you can just say it. That at the very end, they basically in the probabilistic or the combination of possibilities that you have. That is why it's quite important. I will tell you, at work, I go like this, very max, I think. In general, like this, I have never been like a deeper than that in the reality. And this one is mostly combinations. I just wanted to show you some example where you may find using more than that decode notation. Okay. Then we have here an operation end to end, n to square. Your turn. Let's determine the probabilistic of, or the big O notation of 2n. For example, what is big O notation of O to 2n? How you will tell me like you calculate this big O and the big O notation is O to 2n. How we rephrase this big O to 2n?
And we have 2 for loops, but not nested.
Yes, and we care about the n?
No, we don't care about 2 like numbers, so we just put the big O n.
Or
Exactly. Oh, and yeah, perfect. We don't and this one?
one.
Oh, one. Yes, exactly. We go one. And this one?
N squared.
A square. We don't care about it. No? Basically, that is big O that we are saying. Okay. A smaller 10 don't care. Big O n plus 10. I don't know. Someone else? David. Oh, and yeah. Oh, yeah. And this one?
Owen.
Oh, and it doesn't matter the number. And this one, someone else. Okay.
Owen square, because
Yep.
the last one doesn't matter in this case.
Alright.
Everybody
first one.
agrees. Yeah, the first one, right? Because you take just the biggest one, and that's it. Yeah. Because you omit everything that is not multiplying. You just omit. Basically, we have it here. Shorthands, there are some time that you have it. Okay, the majority of time, there are rules you have to calculate it, but the majority of time you have here. Arithmetic operation like the multiplication, sum, and everything is just one operation, like a console logs or like, for example, assignation, creation, or everything that you have together. Variable assignment is constant, accessing to an element into an array or by index or by ID. That is also called constant. In a for loop, the complexity is the length of the loops. That means like that is usually majority of time you have it by big O, and there are cases that they cannot be realistic, but we have it here. Okay. Function log the n. Okay, what is this? I don't say the answer right away. Think about it. What would be the big O notation of this one? And I want you to notice this here. And remember, what do we have over there? Read it and tell me, what is the big O notation of that?
N squared.
Square.
ON.
Why ON?
The max is actually like a full loop.
Okay.
Inside of our full loop, we have another full loop.
Yeah. No, it's just big ON. It's just the maximum is
No.
getting it. And this one?
Same.
Are you
No.
sure? Okay, let me give you an example. What is going to happen if in the second option I pass 1 million? How many times it will be run?
I understand. And the second loop is not even gonna work. Or like,
It will work. It will work. How many times it will run? That is the idea. If all the time, if I pass here 3, how many times it will run?
3 times. Because it's
3
the
times.
minimum.
And
It-
which
it-
one? Sorry. And if it's 1 million, how many times it will run?
5 times.
5.
5 times. Yeah, exactly 5 times. That means that
wow.
But it doesn't matter, it's still gonna go.
what is the maximum number that can run this algorithm?
Maximum number? N number?
Yes,
Or what?
this one. How many times this for loop is the maximum that can run?
Infinity time.
No,
No.
5.
5.
Right.
Oh, you
Five.
mean that I told you say generally.
No, what
Ah,
if
no,
you're
no, no.
what if you're oh yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, I just said the maximum time that this can run is 5. It will never run more than 5. That means like, okay, and we take to 10 the worst case scenario, then the worst case scenario is 5. Then this is because of 1 or constant time, right? In the good case, it will run 1 time. In the bad case, well, in the minimum case will run 0 times, and the maximum case in this case will be running 5 times. Then we say we have boundaries. We have, in this case, the minimum and the maximum. And in order to calculate performance, we get the maximum, and the maximum is 5.
So
And
if
we-
even like it's our best mean not 5, let's say like 1,000, it's still O1.
Yeah,
It's because our N is identified, like
because
what
this
if-
for loop, uh-huh.
yeah, so what if like the minimum instead of 5 will be 1 million?
Is the same. because the maximum boundary that you have is in this case set it. You cannot pass over there. What mean is like this, that you have a limit of time that is going to run. Then you can
Mm.
never pass about that limit. Then
If
you
it's
are already.
infinity, then on.
No, the SD will be n because infinity is n basically. N represent a number arriving to infinity. And that is the
Mhm.
representation of n. You don't know. Then you can
Good
calculate
example.
between, yeah, exactly. And this is what we haven't. I was trying to do it over there. Pick over one and logo n. We will look over this kind of examples in the future. Big O n, we saw it, and logo n and n squared, and you can go over this one. Right now, we have seen that this, and this. This and this are special cases. The majority of time here, there are a specific algorithm, and this one is basically just one that is called binary search, and we will have it in this over here. Yes, Maxo?
Sorry, Mara, can we take a break?
Really? Yes. I'm
I
sorry.
need to go somewhere. Sorry.
Yeah, you are right. I forgot about it. I just wanted that. Let's take like a 12-minute break because I think I will just give you 10 minutes time. So thank you for telling me, and then sorry for forgetting about it. Okay, see you in 12 minutes. Guys. Yes. Thank you. I'm sorry. Okay, as I was saying, this is the old HTML type of request. You basically call an HTTP request and you open. Where do you want to make it? Like you make it live. Then when this is load, you get your status. 200 means it's good. You can manage everything, and you send the request. Always, I had too many years not to use it. Just an example, right? If you wanted to, here, the only thing that you have to do is you add your API where you want it and go. It's not working in Node. That means like you have to use it in your browser or you have to use it in this case in anything that it has a browser. We'll have to do that. The modern way, we have two ways. We have fetch and we have async await. Async await. Async away. With fetch, we know it, right? We have fetch, then in fetch, you have your URL. Maybe we'll, because I will use it a couple of times, we'll say cons URL equals, and here we have the equals, and I pass the URL. The URL. As we said last time, we just have then. Then what? The URL send a fetch. This is basically this one. You send it. Then you get a response. This response is not processed. It's what the server is bringing to you. Like for example here, when you are saying the request response. This is a response. This response, you pass it to JSON. Then you say JSON, in this case, dot parse, and we have to pass it. One thing we don't use this way, we just say, for example, response dot JSON, and we just pass it. This one over here, is this line. JSON path request response, JSON. And it knows that it has to pass it to JSON, then we don't need to do anything. Then this one, go to the end, that is another 10, and you have the data. And here you can do whatever you want with your data. Console.log data. And we save it. And let's see if this is working into JSON. And as you can see here, this one. And what do we have here? Categories created, icon, ID, uploaded, URL, value. Categories created, icon, ID, updated, URL, and value. Same information, nothing more. Which one do you want to write? It's up to you. If you are a little bit masochist, you can take this one to do it. I will tell you, I haven't written this one in many years. And professionally, since then, 2008, 2009, nothing. I think that you were not even born. Okay, then we have the second option. The third option is in this case, that is called basically async await. Async await, is just something that is transformed into syntactic sugar. Let's say that you have the function get a joke. Get a joke or get a joke. Joke. Okay, well. And here you don't have anything. Oh, then we are right. This function, we have to say this is an asynchronous function. Okay, this is an asynchronous function. Asynchronous function. Okay, now this is asynchronous. We say, okay, then get a request. Okay. Now that you have this request, you will just say await. Then after we say this is await, we just say, okay, you know what? Fetch. Fetch what? The URL. Okay. Now we say const data. And this one we say, okay, await. Await what? Await the request. In this case, the request to be passed to JSON. And now we say console log data. And here we do have a function that is doing the same. And we just say console.log. And I just say function. What is the name? Get a joke. Get a joke. I think we saw this one, right? We saw this here. We save it. We clean this stuff somewhere. Okay, whatever. We just run it. And here we have 1 and 2. And they are basically doing the same thing. They are bringing the categories, the created, the icon, the ideas. 3 things are doing the same way. There is no difference between one and another one. Everything will bring you just the information. This will be you who will decide which one you will be using. The majority of time, you will use this one. Why? It's just more I think it's less confusing than use then, and you use it in this case, async and away. But the three functions that I have read today, the three of them are doing absolutely the same. There is no difference between one or another one. They will perform the same. Basically, this one, that is the most modern way under the hood, is just using fetch. The only thing that we are doing it is instead of being chaining every response, we just say, hey, you know what? Wait till you finish fetching. Then wait till you finish passing to JSON. And at the very end, just console log. That's the information that you have. And this is async await, the topic that it was over there. Basically, you have async and you have await, but you can be completely free to use this one or to use this option over here without any inconvenience. There is not no changes between one and another one. It's just which one you feel more more like I like this one or I don't like this another one. You have it over there. I'm not sure that makes sense, or we have in this case a question related with this. Makes sense, doesn't make sense.
And what about the what about the methods in the fetch method, head, body, or something like that? I saw like you show on Ajax, it was the method post get.
I don't have API ready for doing everything in this moment. I'm sorry, but I can prepare that, David, if you don't mind, because I don't have any API in my mind that I remember to use it, and I would like to know it instead of be over there. Yeah, but I can take it into my note to have it, for example, for the next class. Next class, check the post and at least post and now patch. Yeah, it would be nice to have. But let me see. Chervillin, calls API pricing, select post, vehicle. Yep. Yeah, that I can take it with me for doing it. Mostly for preparing the API. David, I hope you don't mind in this case that I am just using it for now. But I think we can just look for it if it's needed. Any other commentary or anything that we have it over here? Then higher order function, random user, presentation to-do list. Let's call to API and sing away. Ajax. We can do this one or this one. Any of I don't have any inconvenience with doing anything. Maybe we just go over the second one. It may have more parts to do it. But basically in theory, what is Ajax is just basically this one. Aside of posting or doing it. Okay. I will go to home. I will go to my replets and I will bring this one. We're working over here. This one is what we were doing last time. And let's try to see what do we have here. The API is this one. As I see it, this is what you are trying to do, David. That every time that you click here, you are getting in this moment one new information from the API. And we can go over it. I will not spend too much time into the design in order to not to waste too much your time. This is the API. The API is bringing this information. As we are seeing, we have plenty data here. Okay, what do we have to? Okay, here is give you the name. Here is giving the email. Here is giving me some information. Here is giving me the address. Oh, German. Neuenhof. Okay, and the telephone and password is something, right? If we see it here, we have the name, we have the location, we have, for example, the city, we have the email, and we have some extra information. Let's at the beginning fetch it and at least show the name that we have it over here and the image. We can just create like a some small structure here. We have everything. We will just have the image. We'll just have in this case, for example, the class EMG. Plus ENG, the SRC. Let's add just any image, maybe this image over here, just to have it. And I will just add some width, like a 200, 250 pixels. And let's see what do we have over here. Maybe just 50. Okay. Then after some here, let's add one H1. And this will be like a class name data. And here we will pass some information. And let's create just a button to call the API. Call get a new user. Get a new user. And the button, we can call it, I don't know, get a new user. The user BTN. And this can be our basic structure that we have. Question, you will code with me or I go with David, Janar, Maxal, Sultan, Naila.
Well, I'm just watching.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also watching.
Someone is try. It will go with me. I will make it this. Okay. Good. Then we have this information into the script. We can, in this case, split. Move this guy here. And when we have the information, we can just start, we create the cons. I can say data to data. Okay, place a holder to display data will be equals to document dot query selector, and that query selector we just select what we needed. It will be the data. Then what we have it here, we then need to okay, we call it data. Okay, we can get the image. Okay, cons image, and we just say it document dot query selector, and we get the image, and we call it img. And in the last one, we have cons, and we will just get new user btn, and it will be the same document dot query selector, and here we just get that one, get new user btn. Then we have the three elements. I personally like to see if I am getting all the elements before. Image, placeholder to display data, and get new user btn. We run it, and here, oh, I have an error because here data go with dot, and this one go with dot. So we'll run it, and here we have the three elements. We have the three elements that we needed. We can use a different way to get the data. For example,
Excuse me,
using face.
trying to, what are you trying to do?
Every time that we select this one, we will get a random user.
Ah,
That
okay.
is this one that is doing it here. Every time that you click, you get a random. For the moment, I am just taking the photo and the information at the bottom. Then we will add this extra button to be changing the information.
Okay.
Now we create the function that's called the API, right? There are different ways to do it. Function, get data, or we can say that get a new user. Get a new user. That is the only thing that it. We can just use fetch, and then as we got it here, we can just put it here cons URL to use, and we have the new URL, and we just say fetch URL to use. And what do we have here? After we have the new URL, we just say fetch. We just say, in this case would be new user. Then here, we will just say then, you get the data, or you just get the request. The request, you pass it to JSON, and then you have the data, and here we can do whatever we want. For example, right now we can just say console.log data.
Just in case you have a typo and then.
Thank you so much. There. This is very common in me. Now, where do we have to add this one? Well, we can just comment and we just say it in. Get new user BTN. Add event listener. Which listener? Click. And what do we do? In this case, we just say get a new user. Let's save it. And let's see what do we have it. Okay. Here saying cannot properties of null. Get user here. We have it here. Event listener. Is click or is on click?
Let's click just.
You just click, right?
Yeah, to get the new user, we need the parentheses.
Hmm.
Oh, some action. Okay, it's fine.
The
Okay. Let me use it. Okay, here there is saying that something is here. Look, this doesn't exist. A. I make here. So I was not doing that right. We go over here and we don't have any error. We got it. And there we have. That is the result. We get a new one. We get a new one. We get a new one. This one is correct, but if I'm not mistaken, I can just pass it without this one. Yeah. And this one has to be very similar. Let me just refresh it in order to not to lag. And there you have. Every time that you click, you get a new user. Okay, but what I need the result. Okay, data dot result. Where come this result? If you go here, look, and you have it. This is the way that is arriving. The majority of time in this specific case, how many users you will get? One. Where is located that user inside an array? Then, which is the position of that element? Someone know over there which is the position that we have in that case?
position of what?
Of the element that we are having?
The whole
that we
array.
are- Yep. Which is the position of that element that we have it over there? We have just one element into the array. Then in this case, is the position 0, right?
Mm.
And now you have it. I save it. I refresh it. And here we have all the information. We have the email, we have the location, we have the name, and we have all the information that we needed in that specific moment. We basically don't need anything extra, just to display it. Here is the data. Now that we have everything here, how in this moment we can start rendering the information. What we can do right now. Right now, let's make it simple. Let's just display the name of this person here. How we can do that?
Get the what is it? What's the name you put? Just inner HTML and the
Okay. Okay. Let's go with that way for now.
inside the fetch.
Okay, inside of the fetch. Okay, fine. Inside of the fetch, we just say, for example, in this case, we have placeholder to display data. Placeholder to display data dot inner HTML and be equals to what? Data dot results in the position 0.
Gonna show you.
What else? Then we can go here in the position 0. We can get the name, right? Look at the position 0. We have the name. And then inside the name, let's just show the first name. This is just an object, and we save. We run it, and we get the user. We get a new user. And this is the information that we are having so far, right? We are having that data that we have it over here. Okay, cool. Now the image. Can please just see the data and just give me where, in this case, all the direction or all the information about how to get the data, how to get in this moment the image. I want to change this image too.
Same like a name you put
Hmm?
how to get the image, you mean?
Yes, just tell me how I have to go here, where it is, and where do I get it, or which one I add it, or something. I just want you to read the.
I can see
Uh,
where is the image here? Where is it?
The
oh,
picture.
yes,
Scroll
the
down.
picture.
Oh, I'm looking for the image.
Yeah, the idea is like you open in your browser and you see it over there, and
Or we can for loop the data. So
why not, right? Why not? Why not? Everything. No, no, no one will. No one will argue that it's an option. No one will argue that that is an option.
Mario, you are now searching the images.
Yes, I just want you to search it in your computer and send me this has to be this one. Like what is the address of the image? That is what I am requesting if it's not that complicated for you
Okay.
to give it to me, please. Mhm. Just that would be nice.
One question.
Yes.
So you put the variables outside the fetch, so the fetch can get the global one, right? Like outside of the fetch, you can get the like everything. Is it what?
How's naming that?
Hmm?
What is the name of that ability? Why we can do it?
I thought we can do it. I put everything in my fetch, even the variables, like all selectors and everything.
Uh-huh. Do you remember what is a scope? And I'm not saying that you remember because I was doing it with you.
Mhm.
Do you know what is a local scope and
Yeah.
a global scope and what is a functional scope? Like
Mhm.
functional. What is it? What is a scope?
Do you want me to translate it or what?
No, I don't want you to translate it.
The scope is like a place where you like, I don't know how to explain it. Like for example, like fetch, the fetch is like a have like his scope, but you can out like from the global scope, the fetch scope. I don't know how to explain it, but I understand it.
Okay, someone can say it in words.
The
A
scope is
block of code? Yes, makes sense, please.
so it's a block of code. For example, the functional scope, what we have inside of our function, it's a block of code. So local scope, it's what we have inside. The global scope, it's when the others have access to the main block of code. It sounds right? No.
Okay, look, let's make it easy. The scopes depends of the variables. Where do you have access to the variable? You have access to block or general scope. It's like there are variables that they are available in all the code, and there are variables that are just available inside the code, right? And the block scope means the variables inside can just be written inside, but global scope means that those variables are available for everybody. In this case, the scope is the available to access to the information, just like that. Because in JavaScript tend to see outside. That is not all the language can do that. For example, here, JavaScript first try to look for, let me just show you something. I can redeclare this one here, and this is valid. Because look, and this one is completely valid. There is not a problem with this. It's not that the code will not be working. Okay. Okay, there we have the information. What is looking for? Okay, we can just go over here and I can console log. If, for example, if I console log the URL to use and I console log the URL to use, and I will say here second, and here I will say first, Okay, first. This is the scope. It looks like it's the same variable, right? But actually that is different. What is happening is the function first go inside the function and then go outside the function. And that is the scope that we are having at the scope. And we just go second. And when I press here, I go to the first. Look, it's this one and the other one. This is like the general scope. I mean, like everybody can have access. And this one, and that is the functional scope or local scope that you are having here. My question is, what is going to happen? And this is a very, very, very stupid question. If I have another function here inside that is called inner, and then I can just doing something like a and I go and I will just say last. And I will call this function. Okay, inner. I think I will just move it from here to not to make it like look that creepy. Okay, now if you see it, the scope is started to move it over here. I have the first one that I ended. Look, first one, second, first one, and last one. This is the second outside scope with the full URL. Then we have the second scope here. That is the one that is inside. And here I have the last scope. You see it is saying API and the one not saying anything. When I remove this one, JavaScript start looking for the scope. Okay, do I have URL used? No. Then I will look outside and refresh it. And then look, okay, doesn't exist. Look outside of the function. It's here. If I remove this one, then it will look outside of the function.
The reason why I ask you about the fetch to get the access from the global scope, because last time you show us that the fetch is like outside of the block. That's why I ask it. That's why I ask.
Okay. Okay. I understand what you are saying, but there are two different concepts. Okay, thank you so much for clarifying. There is one when the code gets generated, in this case, is not that all the code is what is going outside, what is going out there. Okay. That is not the scope. That in this case is the execution, in this case, the stack of execution is going out of the stack of the execution. JavaScript tend to go one by one. That those are the operations that they have in JavaScript. What is doing in this case JavaScript here? The scope means that when this function get executed, this URL this URL to use get replaced. What is here? What is going out? You are right. Is going out like this. Because the variable gets replaced by this, and this information, this one completely go out of the stack of the execution. But that is like how the operation get performed. Think about this one, David. Maybe this will happen. Think that you are working at home, right? And at home, you are the function, this fetch, you are fetch. And in order to perform, let's say you need to to go and buy something. You need to go and buy something, and in order to buy something, you use your bike. Your bike is this variable. Then you are fetch, you take the bike and you go out. But what is happening in your house is still happening. I don't know, your girlfriend, your wife, your sister, or your brother, or everything, they are doing something, right? They continue working at home, but you are outside with your information or whatever you need, or with your bike, and then you return when you bring everything. This URL is what you need to perform your activity, to need to perform something. In this case, this URL, you get it before going out of the stack of the execution. When you go to the stack of the execution, everything is inside. It's not that because of the variable is outside, or this fetch go outside of the stack of the execution, doesn't mean like it's not complete. First, get a read it, and when you are going to when JavaScript read this one, read everything. Okay, fetch something, 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 and get everything outside. But this one is already replaced because this is just a placeholder. This URL to use is a representation of this line and get inserted here. When JavaScript reads everything here, he will fetch and replace this URL. Look, if you see it here, it replaces with that information. Then when go out of the stack of execution, doesn't get the variable, get what is inside the variable, go out.
I got
Actually,
it.
that makes sense? Okay, good.
I just thought if outside of the block it can't like get anything from the global. So now I got it. Okay.
Yeah, it go with everything outside.
Okay.
Okay. I'm happy. I hope it's clear in this case, because it doesn't make sense sometimes. This part is going out or it's not going out with this. Okay. Did you find what is where we will put this image? Okay,
Cool.
that means. Okay. I think not. It's fine. It's okay. What we are doing right now, what basically in this case, what we are doing is we just go to the image, we have the result, and in the result, we go to picture, and the picture we just get an image. And then, thank you so much, Big Mine. Yeah, very much. I appreciate the effort. Big Mine did it pretty well, but I think there is a mistake. If someone can help me with that?
The result is array.
The result is array. That means that we need to. Thank you, Big Mike. Yeah, we just need to add here this here. We refresh it. Oh, data, results. Picture. I think like a sound image power. Okay. It's called image. Let's go and see what's going on. Let's go and see what's going on. If we see the elements, here we have the elements. We don't have much. Ah, look, there is something happening here. Ah, look, it's changing. Here we have it. If we refresh it, there is nothing there. And now we have inner HTML is adding something.
Is put the URL like a content in like not in a source.
Is SRC?
Yeah.
Let's see. Ooh, there we have
Mario,
it. Yes.
the question, so you put the results array 0. So that 0, when we click to the button, it's supposed to change to the different right array index.
No, because of how the API works. If you
So
see here,
it's
basically
0.
it's just one. There are basically
Oh, it's basically one object. Okay.
it's just because of the API. There is just one of in the result. There is just one person.
Okay, that's why 0. I got you.
Yeah. If we were having more, then we will have to iterate to see it more. But it's basically just one.
Okay, okay,
Basically, yeah.
good.
Okay. So far, now I will try to give you some homework. Maybe you will want to do it or you don't want to do it. It's up to you. It's just, if you see this one, we can have different information, right? We have different information here. But all the information, you already have it. You have the email, you have the telephone, you have all the data here. You have all the data here and every single button. If you have all the information over there, I would like you to try to render. First, render all the data of this person. Try to render all the data of this person. It's very likely that you need to save the data in one place. Like for example, here you can have cons user, right? And this will be the object that you're bringing. I am just saying, okay? Say there could be the option. Then display just some part of the data. Like for example, at the beginning, you just show the name and then create some buttons. Those buttons will display the data on demand. On demand means like when you click telephone, show you the telephone. When you click something, it shows you something else. Nothing more. Okay, it's just basically that one that I would love you to try to do it if it doesn't disturb you in your, how can I say, in your everyday task. Just to say it. Okay. Then there basically we have the information. What else? I think that that will be everything that I will request you to do it. I'll not doing it. It will take me more than 10 minutes to do it. I will give you the code. Just try to play with it. If it's that. The idea today, by the way, this is one way to do it. Another way to do it it will be. Let me just remove. And you have these two here, right? And you have this fetch. You can use async away. You just call this function async, and then you get your data. Cons request equals await fetch URL. Then you say cons data equals await request dot JSON, and you get it. And then the same thing. This doesn't have to be changing anything. Or at least that is what I am expecting. Okay, yeah, let's change. Get a new user. I changed something. I saved it, right? I run it. Let's use it here.
The fetch should be URL to use.
Stupid me, right? But why am not having error? That's interesting. Oh yeah, thank you so much, Max. Yeah, it's basically the same. You use this one, or you use this one. Up to you. That is not different between one and another one. This one is called syntactic sugar. That means like under the hood is this one. That is what we are having over there. What we can do? Questions so far?
No questions.
Everything is so clear, also dark.
Yeah, okay.
Mario,
Yes.
if you could help me remember, I asked you.
Yes, I know, and that is why I am asking if there are questions. If not, I go with you. That it was part of the plan. Okay. Just in case the others are not that interested. Do you have everything in a code pen or something to send it to me?
I have everything in my VS Code.
Okay, okay, I will try to go over it. Then this was part of the class, guys, and I hope something new has been over there. We saw it there, how to use the big O notation and time, and we just checked fetch and the other part. And that is everything. And right now we will go with David to see if we can help him. And we can everybody debug here. I will pass you to my other screen. And go, please.
Do you want me share?
Yes, please.
Can you see it?
Yes, I can.
So yeah, I get the here. I get the data.
Okay, you fetch the data at the beginning. Okay, fine. Okay. Filter name, put char.
I could do this part like shorter, but whatever I have here, so
It's okay. Okay, first you call the API, then you get the information, then you have this one, get names, that you are getting all the names. And
yeah, and I
okay.
create the buttons with the name, this button.
Yeah. You go. Okay, that was cool. And
All my
yeah,
problem is don't like see I put the on click on this function and it doesn't even like showing up that it's like even like it's not calling it when I click in it.
okay. Name, click it, and you are passing the name, right? You are passing the name.
Yep.
Uh-huh. And okay. Okay. Can I see your code? Let's just see what do we have over there. Let's open the inspector in your code. In the not in your code, but over there. Yeah. Open
Yeah.
the inspector. Okay, can you go to the elements? Can you go to the element? Now let's go and see what do we have inside. Yeah.
I have section like this section and
Yeah.
this section. Two sections.
Okay. Just show me the one name, whichever name.
Is not it, oh here.
Yeah. Okay. Aha. Okay. There it is. It's doing what you are telling me.
Mm-hmm. Like see here supposed to be like a name which is equal to the char like a element name, that name from the data. It's equal we're pushing it in a like in array.
Oh, sorry, the char, it's like array?
Oh no,
Oh.
the char is like the from the like it's like all elements from the results.
Would you mind if I take if I install your computer a little bit?
Yep.
I was
Okay.
be supposed to be let in if it's object, because you are losing that name.
No, there is a array from the data.
Okay. On click, what is this? Would you mind to explain me what is this?
This is the function is like right like below the
Is a function or is a string?
Actually, it's string.
is this string?
Mhm.
Doesn't even call it. I don't know that how I
Because yeah. Let's try to do something. What do you think
Mhm.
if we do something on click? Because here this on click is the very interesting way that you are getting it.
That's why I'm asking. It's supposed like when you see the problem in the inspector, it's showing
Uh-huh.
the index HTML. Every time I put the like click it on the bottom, it's showing me the HTML problem.
Uh-huh. Because here is the inconvenient. You are just saying, okay, just give me 1 second here. Here you have the function,
Mhm.
and then I think that here is called just name, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, we can't do it here. Like then it's not
This
gonna be equal to the element from the data. See from on in a function.
uh-huh.
It's not gonna
Um,
be equal to the name.
okay. Then just give me 1 second. I'm not that fan of this. Okay, let me just the syntax is not that. We are not much friends with this syntax.
So the usually what we before did with Azamat, we put on click like
Uh-huh.
like the David did, because usually what we put on the click we open the like before was correct, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we have tried to the same,
Can you go to your VS to your browser? Honestly, I'm not completely sure, but can you go to the VS to the Chrome or something to the browser?
Who?
You,
Oh, here.
yeah. Can I see? Okay, that is not. It's not doing what I wanted. Okay, that is what we have it. BTN.
Like,
Okay,
I
let's
mean,
go back.
the on click was working, but it just not even the call this function. I don't know why.
No, because it's not calling the function because it's basically it's not creating the function itself. Can you remove what I added? Just remove what I added.
Like
Um,
everything what you add.
yeah, just Control C. No, just go Control C just to show it. Control C. C. Control C.
Z or C.
Wait.
PT uh, or zero?
Z you mean?
Z.
Z. Okay.
Zero.
Control Z. Yeah. Okay. Uh,
All the way.
yeah. To all the what I wrote.
Here, it was before like this.
But what doesn't make sense for me is those
This one?
because yes, that exactly those double quote.
The
The
Azamat been like writing like I've been taking the sampler.
can you go and show me his sampler? Because I think there is something over there.
On the sampler,
Yes, because I think there is one inconvenient.
we have to find
Exactly.
it all the way in a Slack. I don't know. So many codes here.
Okay.
For example, here, yeah, you can. Oh, wait.
Here is supposed to be. Here we have. See how he calling it? On click and then the function.
Yeah. You are right.
It was working always.
Yeah, it's working. And even like if you, oh my God, what's happened?
I guess
Okay.
safe.
Let's do something.
Look,
Let's do something.
when I put it, see this, and then when I go to the HTML, it's finding it. The on click is working.
Okay. Can you go back? Can you go back?
Okay.
No, but you are creating a normal function, right? Then I mean
So
create.
maybe the
Okay.
problem is because you put inside of your function. Maybe that function name button click supposed to be outside of create name button.
Okay. Just give me one stupid question. Okay. This will be very stupid. What I am about to do. Okay. Just because I am not a function, no function.
You see that it's
Just, just working. Okay.
not gonna
I,
work.
ah,
It's not gonna work then.
that is what I want. No function. Okay.
But I want to say that this function supposed to be
Uh-huh.
out of the function, not inside.
Inside?
Yes.
Inside
The-
where?
Look, you have a function create name button.
Uh-huh.
So inside of your create name button, you have function name button click function.
Uh,
Let's see what if is can you save this one and just go and see if you have the same error? Oh,
uh,
you have to call the function or you don't? No, you don't have to. Okay, go to the core.
don't put this to call it. Don't need it.
I think you don't need it. If not,
I think.
okay. Okay, I'm not used to this one. Okay, go to the Chrome.
Okay.
Okay, Refresh. No, no function is not defined. Okay, let's go back. Let's
Okay.
go back. Let's move no function inside the create btn. That is what Maxati said.
No,
It was not that.
it's not that.
Same. He's saying that this on click
No,
function
this is
inside
not inside. Sorry, my bad. It's because you called the create name button in the line 46. I thought you put everything inside of the create name button.
Oh no, I already
No, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my mistake.
No, no, it's not a mistake because I create btn and they are already created. The
Mario.
name is what?
That's why I'm asking you. Can we use the on click inside the fetch? It was my I've been like sitting like 3 hours to change everything here, and that's why I ask you this question. And I also asked the Chat GPT about this question. Can I use the Chat GPT says the most of the time you should use the event listener at event listener.
The event listener, yeah, it's like the most common. You create the button and then you append the event
But
listener.
I also try with at event listener that it's not working too. It can't just find it.
Well, okay, let me just, okay,
Put your
you
function.
are, okay,
Okay.
okay. Let's try what Max had said. Usually he has a good
Never
idea
mind.
in this case.
Never mind. Let's go with your way.
Okay. Oh, okay. The name BTN, the name BTN is this one, right?
Mhm.
Wait.
It's a
The name
container.
B,
Okay.
it's a container.
Yep.
And you are creating this one, right? You are
Yep.
creating this
Element
one.
inside that container.
Okay. 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 Let me just make it a little then. Let's say cons btn equals create element, create element, a document create element, document dot create element, and we create a button, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we create a button, and then that we create a button, then we have btn those add event listener, then this event listener will be on click, then in this click you will have in this case name btn,
Yep.
this one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and this one you will pass a name.
But it's not gonna work.
Yeah, it's not going to work, right? Because we have to
Because the
stop
name
it here.
the name you put inside the parameters, because it's see on the by the way, let's just try like this. Just leave it like I just want if it's gonna work like way.
btn dot in HTML, and it will be a name. All right.
At least it's not calling it. I see on the function.
Okay. Now here we just have to name btn dot append child, and we append the btn. Okay. Can you go and see if something is, if we have done something? Refresh it.
Did we? Okay. Yeah. Ew. See? This was my question because like I don't know why it's on click it doesn't work here.
I don't have idea. That code, I don't use it this in an HTML something. I'm sorry, I don't understand.
That's why I knew like that's why remember I asked you like we start a like class is it on click
Yeah.
working because if it's not gonna be in a fetch it was working
Uh-huh.
but in a fetch it doesn't work on click I don't know why.
I don't know. I don't use that one, and I don't know. David, I'm sorry. This is what make more sense for me, but
I got it. Thank you so much, Mario. Thank you so
oh
much.
well. You're welcome. Bye bye.
Bye.